Welcome to another DK. Ooh.
That'll be a good loop.
Welcome to another DK Custom Products video. I'm Dwayne. This is Kevin. This is part 3 of our SBS bike build, and we've decided to break the bike down in sections for video purposes, and today we're going to discuss the front end. So the changes that were made were subtle but significant. I noticed that you shaved the tabs on the top triple tree for the headlight because you've relocated that. It's been extended. I can look at it and tell it's been extended. It also has a rake kit that's extended the rake out. You've done some nice things with the brakes, and let's just discuss the front end because it's not stock.
Okay, yeah. In keeping with the main goal of making this a very simple, clean bike, I wanted to be as little as possible up here. So like you said, I took the all the tabs off of here, took the tab off of there, and one of the big things was, how am I going to mount the headlight? And actually our F16 headlight relocation bracket is something that we designed for this bike and then said, hey, this will work on any Sportster. So you can put a picture up of our F16, and that's a bracket that goes right, bolts right here, and it was designed for this bike and then put into production for other bikes. It's not on there right now, but the headlight bracket will be right here. There's three main things that I did with the front end. The first is I started out with 2-inch extension slugs, and you can put a picture of that because I wanted the front end to be a little bit longer. And when I put in the 2-inch extension slugs along with the rake kit, which we're going to talk about in a minute, it made the front of the bike sit too high. I wanted this to be level. I wanted the underneath of the bike, when the bike was sitting level, I didn't want the front to be higher than the back. I wanted this line down here to be level, not sitting up. You can see from the picture Dwayne's putting up here when I had the 2-inch fork extensions in, how the bottom frame rails were not level at all. The front of the bike was sitting much, much higher. And so actually now there's a 1-inch extension in here. It's a slug. You can put a picture up of it, and it just threads into the top of the tube, and where it's threaded in is behind this clamp, so you can't even see it here. But so the forks are 1 inch longer. So that's one thing that we did. The other thing that we did is we used a rake kit. Rather than cutting the neck off and re-welding it back on, we bought a rake kit, and it's a 3% rake kit, which gives me a trail of about 5.5% trail. So it's not quite as quick steering, but it's very stable. And with these handlebars that I chose, I wanted some, and the fact I'm using a suicide clutch and a jockey shift, I wanted something that was stable. So with the 3% rake kit, and ending up with a 5.5-inch trail gives me a really stable steering bike. And how we did the rake kit, first we had to take the old bearing cups out, and then we had to put the new bearing cups in, and then it has a whole new stem. And if you can see, this is narrow here and thicker here. And what it did is it pulled the top tree back and then pushed the bottom tree forward, giving it more of a rake, 3-degree more rake. And because it is, there's an extra space here because of the rake kit. So it has a 1-inch slug, but then it has about another inch down here. So I have about an inch, even though it's only a 1-inch slug, the trees are further apart than they were on here and further down. So from the center of the neck to the center of the axle is about 1.5 inches longer. So 1-inch slug, but combined with the rake kit, I got about a 1.5 inch 1.5, 1 3/4 inch extension, and I have more rake. I have a 5.5 inch trail for some stability. If you look at the back, there's no disc for the brake. On the back, we went to a sprocket, and the sprocket also is the brake rotor, so it's called a sprotor. It's on the right side. Factory, the brake disc is on the left side of the Sportster. We moved it over to the right side. So now we have a right side mounted. So I have both of my brake discs on the right hand side of the bike, leaving the left side of the bike completely clean, free of any brake hardware. So those have been the three main things that we've done that significantly, and of course the bike is nowhere near done, but increased rake, longer forks, move the disc over to the right side. I think all gives it a cleaner look and a little bit different look. People might not know what's different, but they're going to see, you know, with that little bit of extra rake and with the little bit longer forks, that something's different about it, but kept it really, really clean. Of course, the reflectors are going to be gone. These are rabbit ear handlebars we talked about before. There's going to be absolutely nothing on this side except for the grip. Over here, there's just going to be the grip, throttle, a front brake lever. There's going to be no switches up here at all. I'm not planning on running a front fender. And it's just a super clean, super stable, different looking front end. That's part 3 on the SBS build. We've done a lot to the bike. We still have a lot more to do. Part 4 will be coming soon. We'll probably be covering the rear sprotor, the idler arm, and maybe get into the jockey shift some. But if you liked the video, found it useful, interesting, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments about something that you've seen on it, or something you'd like to see on it, or questions, put them in the comments below. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. You all ride safe out there.